Okay, it's time for us to work on this think tank exercise. So please go to page 172 on think tank. Okay, this is not the first exercise about this topic, so that means that if we still have doubts, we have to go back to the previous page to verify some information. Okay, but I will help you reading so that we can understand better. Okay, let's read it all together. It says, Monica is thinking of taking out a loan to start a small business in her neighborhood. She has 3 loans she can choose from. However, she does not know much about loans and is getting confused. Help Monica make sense of each loan. Before we start trying to solve this problem, we need to be sure that we actually understand. Okay? What do we have to understand? Well, basic terms. Okay? I'll help you with this. The amount of money borrowed is called the If you are not sure about the answer, go back to the previous page and there you will find 3 important concepts that you need to study and learn. Principal, which is the amount of money you borrow. The interest, that is the amount of extra money that is charged for borrowing the money. And the term, that is the time you have to pay back the loan. Okay? So, these are the 3 main concepts that we need to be sure that we understand so that we can continue with the activity. Okay? So I'm going back to the original page. The amount of money borrowed is called, and that's your turn to answer. The amount of money charged to borrow the money is called the, you answer. And the amount of time you pay back the loan is called the, and then you have to answer. Now, remember that a loan, the loan is basically the money that you borrow from someone when you don't have money. For example, when you are really hungry and you want to go to the cafeteria but you don't have money with you, you ask the lady from there to borrow something, right? Or to lend you something so that you can borrow it. So sometimes you ask for a hot chocolate or for a breakfast and they write your name on a list. And that means you have to pay back later, right? That's basically a loan, but they don't give you the money. They give you the food or the candy, okay? Now, let's try to solve the problem. This is not going to be a teamwork, as you know. It's going to be an individual work. And I'm reading with you. Work individually to complete the table. Loan A has been completed for you. So we already have one example, and they're asking us to solve the next 2. On the first case, we have an example of a loan. A loan of $250. That's the money borrowed. Okay? Now, you know that when someone gives you money, it's not for free. Banks especially, they will charge an interest rate that you have to pay back at the end besides the original amount of money. That is called the interest rate. And this represents, in this case, the 12%. That means that at the end of this loan, you will have to pay $250 and some interest. Okay? Now, how much time are they going to give you to pay this loan? For loan A, you will have 3 years. This information is given already. So, you have to calculate the next 2. The interest per year and the repayment amount. So I'm going to open a blank sheet so that I can explain you the way they did it so that you can do the same with the next two loans. Okay? Let me go to a blank sheet where I already have the information here. This is given already, remember? But I want you to be sure how they got these other two numbers. Okay? Sorry if I'm not writing so beautifully, but I will do my best. Okay? So we have that someone lend us $250, right? Let me erase this. I think it looks a little bit ugly. I'll try to do it better. Okay? So we have $250 as a loan. Money that I don't have, but I need, and someone lend me that money. Okay? So that's the principal. I need to calculate the interest rate. Okay? That means how much will the loan cost for me? Okay? And in this case is the 12%. So we're going to do a simple math calculation. Okay? We know that 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1, 5. Okay, let's continue. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 2 is 2. If I add this, 0, 0, 5 plus 5, 10, 2 and 1, 3. Okay, so now I know my interest. But remember that we are talking about percentages, right? So I have 3,000 over 100. Because remember the 12 is 12%, okay? So if I do this, that means $30, okay? $30 represents the 12% of $250 that I received, okay? So I have to pay every year $30, okay? And that's the way they calculated the interest per year. Now, we are still missing the repayment amount. What is that? That's what I will be paying at the end of everything. So, if I know that my term is 3 years, I'm going to be paying these $30 during these 3 years. So, if I multiply this will be $90 for 3 years while I pay the loan, right? So, to calculate the repayment amount, I have to add the principal loan, I'm sorry for my letter, 250 plus the $90 that I paid already as interest during those 3 years. So if I add this, have 0 plus 0, 0, 5 plus 9, 14. Yeah, this didn't look like a 4, but it's a 4. And 2 plus 9, 11, and 1. Did I did it right? What am I doing? I don't know what I did. Let me erase this. I forgot how to solve additions. Nah, my bad. Sorry. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 9, 4. And then I have 3. It's because I thought I had to multiply, sorry. This is an addition, okay, not a multiplication. Okay, so I already have this. $340 is my repayment amount, okay? Now, that I explained how they solve loan A, it's time for you to go back to the page and you are going to solve loan B, and loan C. I think you already have enough information, right? So, the best of your luck and see you later.